It's something else that, been on my mind lately for a multitude of reasons. When we talk about the older generations, parents, grandparents, whoever, is just older than us, there's a difference, between being young at heart and then young in mind, because, we don't want people to feel old and, you want them to have a young soul, you want them to get up and be active and, ain't nothing wrong with mama wanting to be at the party or, mama got to have a life too, daddy out there still doing his thing. Like, that's cool. But you know what? There's a vast difference in, like, having a young mind and a young brain. I'm sorry, a young mind and a young heart. Because look, young at heart, means that you still a mature adult and you still handling what you can. But when the time calls, you can still hang in certain situations. Like that can either be you athletic, you can still run around the block, or when you get around, younger people, you can still entertain and you can still, kind of have like both worlds of like, your mature audience and the child audience, and you kind of like linger in between both. And that's cool and everything. Like you can hit the club and do all that. Like okay, for sure. But like the thing is, the young mind is like these parents and sometimes grandparents. They out here in the streets like kids. Like they sitting there doing the most. They still running around with like all these different men or women and still doing the baby mama, baby daddy thing and ain't learned from the prior 4 or 5 mistakes, and they out here asking their kids for money and they on social media acting a fool and doing all this bullshit, posting all kind of crap you would think they was in junior high school or something. Like it's a difference, like, and but the thing is people get it confused. Like you'll meet somebody and they be off the chain and you be like, oh, she just let her, she young at heart, you just let her do her, like she ain't gotta act her age. It's like it ain't about acting your age. It's like when you get to a certain level of adulthood, like you should just be carrying yourself, as an example for people younger than you, and you should just be too old to be doing certain shit. Like why are we pretending that it's okay for like 40, 50-year-old women on Instagram showing titties and cussing a storm and posting ratchet fight videos and butting into child business. You hear somebody mama on a post cussing out a 16-year-old, talking about whatever the post is about, getting active, trying to make threats and just all type of bullshit that's in high school. It's like, come on, man. It's like let's differentiate what it means to be young in mind and young at heart. And I think some people can't do that. I think some people are just honestly afraid to grow up. It's sad because I know a lot of adults, they're so afraid to get old that it's like they feel like they have to hold on to youth by acting as if they're still a child, and that's not what that means. Like you can be an adult, but your youthful spirit will carry through your adult life. But people think, nah, I gotta be a kid, and that shit ain't cool. Like that's gonna fuck you up, and it's gonna fuck generations behind you up. Just by that useless thinking. But and some other people like, and I ain't gonna knock it. I mean, some people like to, do the cougar thing or date younger. That's all well and good, but depends what your intentions are. Because if you're doing that, it's no reason to, go and get like a younger man or a younger woman and like just validate your youth through them. Like some people do that. Like sometimes people just feel like they're getting too old, so they want to go ahead and vicariously live through a mate that's younger than them, and that's all they're getting from them. And it's like that's not that good because you're gonna corrupt that person who probably really has feelings for you, but you're using them for something that you're insecure about, and eventually that's gonna clash and it's gonna show. But people do it anyway because people gotta live their life. But it is what it is. But I'll get into that a little later. But I'm gonna just stop right there with that.